And you know what? And again, man,
like that.
I think that there has to be some normalization with self-evaluation,
It starts there.
right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So with that, right, it's all good, right? You're gonna put out your content, right? But I think that we got to develop some more concentrated ways to to spread different messages, right? That uplift and don't
Right.
tear down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that has to. I think that maybe that could be a step in the right direction. You know what I mean? And gaining some more affirmative awareness through media.
I like that.
Yeah. Facts.
We starting with the fourth principle.
We starting with it.
Starting with the
Yeah.
fourth principle. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Controlling how we're perceived. Say it again. Say how you said it.
We have to, if when it comes to media, we have to control how we're perceived in that media.
Right.
How-
So like,
how-
I'm sorry, man. I'm just.
No, you fine. You fine.
I mean, it's like we see how we look at the Nashim or the women in our community,
right.
right? Most times, like we down for them with,
I like looking at beautiful things,
I do too.
but we need
Right,
some
but-
record producers
but-
to say,
Put some
That-
clothes on.
Put some clothes on.
We ain't
Because-
doing that.
because it's like you can look appropriate, right, and still have nice moves, have some rhythm. You know what I mean? And I've even seen, like, I remember growing up in church, dancing carries certain messages with it.
Right. And how you
Right.
dance.
You know what I'm saying? And how you dance.
That is the purpose of dance.
That's the purpose,
Right.
right? So if we extract the science resonance out of dancing,
It's media.
it's media, right? If we can extract that to deliver a more positive message, right, that doesn't say, "Hey, look," right? The first thing that comes to your mind when you might see some of our women is, "Well, how can I?"
I'm gonna be Angel's advocate.
Go ahead.
Okay. Who determines what's positive? Who determines what's modest? If I'm gonna use that term, you use the word appropriate.
That's what I said. I said appropriate.
What is that?
I mean,
I'm just saying these are the things in 2023.
I'm gonna answer your question.
These are the things that we deal with today.
I'm gonna answer your question.
Go ahead, brother. Answer my question.
When I say appropriate, right? I think we should look towards upholding certain standards, right? That doesn't detract from our ability to move forward, right? So, like when we treat the women the men and women the way that we do, right? Decision making is associated with that. So it's like, okay, it's okay, right? So I might get into some behavioral patterns, right, that may not be good for my highest good,
Right.
going down the line. You know what I mean? I might be like, well, you know what? And again, it's attached to certain things that we like, right? It's attached to getting money. It's attached to popularity. I'm sorry, man. It's attached to all of that stuff.
Right. So this is probably going to be a little area where we're going to be cutting each other off a little bit. Not intentionally, but intentionally, because things just come.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming.
It's like a lot of we have to provide something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these people, these younger people, and even older people, they're going towards these places because they're, like you said, it's money. It's something that they felt that they didn't have before. So if we're, let's say, conscious or coming from a place of like, listen, open your eyes and see, bring the vibration up.
Yeah.
What's the payoff? Because that's how these younger people are looking at it. What's the payoff?
And I got you, right? And we associate the payoff with the intangibles.
Right. Which
We don't associate the payoff with an elevation in spirit and in consciousnness. That's
And what comes with that?
and what comes with that. Go
That's
ahead,
right.
Fu.
Where we used to. Now this is going to segue back to where we were the last time I was here.
right.
It starts with the hip hop. That's the elephant in the room. That's the strongest one.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I just heard KRS-One say that. He said
Right.
it's not these corporations. It's hip hop.
Right.
Hip hop is darn near controlling the corporations now on
Right.
how they move.
So we have lost control.
Yes.
We have lost control
Definitely.
because we don't want to just develop some tact about what we doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Our greats bail out.
Right. You know,
Russell should be at the forefront of our fight. He
With
was
hip
there.
hop.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Because it came to a thought when you talked about Bill Cosby, when you talked about Bill Cosby, when you talked about different people, and I just started thinking about all these people that are great. There's always some we human beings, and I think one thing is as people of color, I don't know how where other people's forgiveness is, but we're human beings. We do have faults. You know what I'm saying? We're always working to be perfected. It's like, but everybody that was somebody that someone looked up to, it's almost like they left their door open for a downfall, for it's like a chink in the armor that allowed somebody to capitalize, and then like, boom, I'm gonna hit him with this, I'm gonna hit him with this, I'm gonna hit him with this. Even the brother Kanye.
I'm gonna say this, man. We don't build up when we fail. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I learned in the profession that I do, there's value in building somebody up when they fail.
Okay.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
I guess I'm the devil's advocate today.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's gonna be good.
R. Kelly. I remember being in New York back in 2001 when the first cases, I don't know if it's the first, but this stuff started really coming to light. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying what he did, what he didn't do, but he got convicted.
Right.
And a lot of people knew what was going on in the industry.
Right.
People that were around him. It's like, how can you still build him up?
Let me say this. I don't want to associate building him up with
Supporting.
detracting from him taking accountability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Can we build him up? Yeah, we can build him up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Quantify it so that people understand that we need to.
When I say build him up,
Right.
right? Let's, whoever's willing, right? Let's get in and deal with the traumas that he's experiencing that propel him to make the decisions that he made.
And that's what I'm talking about.
If
You know
he
what I'm
made-
saying?
if
So
he
like,
made them.
again, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember growing up, being in different places. I could always go to some elders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's a start,
Mm.
right? Because elders keep a pulse on keeping us grounded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, people don't like friction, and what I mean by friction is they don't like, hey, look, son, you need to tighten up. That's not what we're about. That's not our culture.
You the op now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want that,
No.
right? But you'll accept it on the job.
What?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All day long.
Cat be like, hey, show up late and I'm gonna dock your pay $10.
Right.
You won't be well, you might be late again, but I'm gonna tell you what, the percentage of that happening again is gonna go down.
Right.
Right? So we have the anchors in our community gotta stand back up again.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a segue to building the brother up.
Yes.
Right.
Now, let me ask a question. What's one of the anchors?
What do you mean? What's one of the anchors?
You said anchors. You said
Yeah.
we need them to name
What-
me one that's still here.
I'm just saying elders.
I get it. But I'm saying for us, for our community, of all that we've had,
Who's still an elder that's still here?
that's still here.
that
could be-
you saying that's relevant.
Yes.
That people, they know.
Yes.
Well, I don't have an answer for you on that
And I'm
one.
going to tell you why.
I don't
Because
have an
they
answer for you.
understand exactly what you're saying, which is why they take our Bill Cosby's. They take our, you see what I'm saying?
But you know what though? I'm looking at one to my right now.
Right now. And I agree with all of that. But then that's where the currency comes in at. You have to be able to make things move because that's how they make things move.
Influence.
Influence.
It's going back to the sphere's influence. It's like, okay, you have an elder. Now what? What's
Which has to have that economic push or pull.
Right. You got to be able to say
Because you
something
gotta-
and put your
But you
paper
know what, though?
behind it
so
and it
for,
happens.
so for principle, we need to start.
That's what I'm saying though. You know what I mean? Like we live in a time where, as soon as you record something, it goes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we back any and everything. Let me tell you something, man. What's the most popular Jordan that's out?
I
Jordan,
would say
The-
the ones right now.
the out of the breads or the hair Jordans.
Let me, can I say something?
Come on.
I don't know because I don't wear them and I don't buy them.
I mean, I see them.
Yeah, my man. Right?
Yeah.
But if you take that shoe, right?
Uh-huh.
Nike gonna push it out, right? It's gonna spread how long? Maybe 10 seconds, You know what I'm saying? And everybody,
Oh, you mean it's the how they buy it? Yeah, it's
boom,
gone.
boom, boom, it's gone. It's out there, right? So I'm saying,
Pre-ordered.
and all of that is energy.
Yes.
That's energy, you know what I'm saying, going out, right, to bring back a certain type of return.
Right.
What I'm saying is that, you know, as much energy as we have, right, and I've been amongst a group of us, man, we carry some strong energy because I see the energy that we had when we were striving towards, you know, building some things. I see it in different places all up and down the East Coast.
Right.
So I know that we're capable. We just got to redirect the energy, right, and push it out.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? There are those of us that, you know, when you say something, your vibration, your tone, it will steal the room. It will capture the audience of the room. That's not all of us, right? But it's a good majority of us that can do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't think that it's something where the tools are absent. I just don't think that we're using the tools to the best of our ability.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? And and again, I think that that's another step that we can take. You know what I mean? So like, you know,
I said
it ain't gonna hurt you to be positive through media.
right. The
If we-
last example I think we had was with Kanye. Was with Kanye.